39 days, people. That is all we have now until Premier League football returns. And with return of the Premier League, that means return of Draft FPL. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited. I've got myself a little suited up for this one, just to make sure everybody knows this is the professional place to come for your Draft FPL tips. Now, we're going to start off with Draft Tactics. Now, this is obviously beginning of the season. Who are we going to pick? Where are we going to pick them? And that's what we're going to look at in this video. What positions are we prioritizing? And then later on in later videos, don't worry, before the season starts, we'll start looking at individual players I'm going to be targeting. Now, to start with, big players I'm going to be going for, midfielders. 33 of the top 60 point scorers last season were all midfielders. So, I mean, if you're picking in your first 3-4 rounds, you pick some big name midfielders from big teams, you're likely for them to hit, okay, compared to other positions like your forwards and your defenders and your goalkeeper. I feel like this is an easier way, especially if you're new to draft, because I know a lot of people are joining draft this year, is a good way of getting in and getting in some good point scorers that are just going to keep you consistent throughout the year. Also, something I like doing is playing a 4 or preferably a 5-man midfield, just because they've got the potential of getting the 3 points if there is a clean sheet, but then obviously goals, assists, that all come with it. A lot of midfielders are set piece takers, which I'll get onto in later videos, but I'm a big fan of them. Right, the next position that I will be targeting a lot more than I have done in previous years is a prime forward, a premium forward. 4 of the top 12 point scorers were all forwards, as you can see here. Haaland, Kane, Tony, Watkins. Okay? And then there's a massive drop-off in points. If you look, Haaland, Kane, Tony, I mean, they were sensational last year, along with Watkins, who turned it on under Emery. But, I mean, you start looking under that, you've probably got up to the top 5, 6 in Buemo. After that, I mean, you're looking down at number 10. I'm in a 10-man league, which means my premium striker could be Mitrovic on 107 points. I'm dropping 70, 80 points compared to these other strikers just because I decided to not prioritize one. And I think you realistically, you need one of these top 4, top 5 strikers if you're going to go for the league in your team. The next one is goalkeeper, and it's very much the same story with goalkeepers. But goalkeepers, we can look at other things, such as it's not all about the clean sheets with goalkeepers, which is quite surprising. So I've got down the top 6. I've got up to Ramsdale. And Ramsdale's the key one because Ramsdale got 14 clean sheets last season. But so did Alisson and so did Pope. But you can look at the points difference between Ramsdale, Pope and Alisson. Alisson obviously played for a Liverpool team that was conceding a lot of shots last year. And you can see that through his save bonuses and his bonus points come the end of the games when he got clean sheets, it made that he got, an extra 19 points across the season. David Raya got 1 less clean sheet than those 3, 13 clean sheets. And I mean, I think it's 4 less clean sheets than David De Gea, ended up with 5 more points than De Gea. So really don't sit on these goalkeepers that are coming in the teams that are, maybe not top of the table, maybe they're just underneath, but they keep those clean sheets. Defensively are sound, but they may concede more shots than normal because the shot stops and bonus points, when you have them combined, really can lead to a lot of points. I'm playing a 10-man league, and that means every first choice goalkeeper is taken in the league. So if I can have a David Raya, which I was fortunate to have last season, an Alisson, De Gea, Pope, Sarr, Ramsdale, one of them, where I just feel comfortable sticking him in the net every single week. I don't have to think about, am I going to change him? Am I going to sub him out? Finally, defenders. Now, we talk about defenders a lot on the actual podcast and how much we love defenders. And I mean, there's a lot of points in defenders, as you can see. I feel like the average point tally of defenders is relatively high compared to the others. But you've got Trippier, which is just obviously so far out there from last season. But I feel like after that, it groups up a lot more. So I'm almost happier not to draft as many defenders as high up because the grouping's there. So it doesn't matter if I'm picking them up straight away. The difference between getting someone in like a Ben Mee and Sven Botman isn't as much as in other positions. Also, I can wheel and deal, at least I think I can wheel and deal more in defenders. So I'm not as scared. Let's say a Wolverhampton Wanderers is going up home against Bournemouth. Bournemouth are going through a hard time, let's say, in the season coming. Not really creating a lot of chances, not scoring. Maybe they've got a few injuries. Solanke's out injured. I'll just go get the 4th, 5th choice, however many, Wolves defender in that no one's picked up. I'll just go get him in for the week, or, if he's got a couple of good games, I'll get him in for a little bit, get some clean sheets, and then out he goes again. And I feel like I can do that. But one interesting tactic which should be talked about, which Will always uses every year, and it can come off, and it almost was devastating 2 years ago. He managed to get a lot of the Liverpool defenders in. And if you stacked up the Newcastle defenders, these are the top 10 defenders in the league. You would have had Trippier. If you managed to get all 4, you would have been absolutely flying. And you got to think, when they get a clean sheet, that team gets a clean sheet, Newcastle, let's say in this instance, you're going to be getting a shed load of points. Bonus points, maybe Trippier's got an assist in that. Maybe someone like Cher's got a goal, Botman's got a goal. But it just means you get a shed load of points. But obviously the issue with that is, if they concede that game, you may have 3 defenders playing for them or 2 defenders playing for them, and your clean sheet's gone for both. Now, I'm someone that I like spreading my defence across just to make sure. And like I said, I feel like I can pick out some games that have clean sheets. Anyway, that's it for this Draft Tactics videos, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit a like. Leave a comment below how you go about things, maybe things that you're going to be looking at for this season coming. Excited to have returned, excited to be back. We've got a massive season coming. So hit subscribe to keep up with all the videos, and I will see you very soon. Bye.